Last video, we dove deep into a $30 million flag referendum in New Zealand that accomplished absolutely nothing. Now we'll head across the ditch to Australia, land of the thong, the baby-eating dingoes, and the nationwide fire. Not that fire, though, or that fire, or even that nationwide fire. Yes, that nationwide fire. Gee, Australia, calm down with these fires. If the most Australian thing ever is not having the entire country on fire, stealing national dishes, or even having no gas stations for 500 kilometres. The most Australian thing ever is making it harder to buy electric vehicles. That's right, in Australia, they don't want you to buy those so sought after electric vehicles. Australia is made up of 6 states and 2 territories. That is important to know for this video. In Australia, the states control these things. And the federal government controls these things. That means Australians have the great privilege of voting for both the state legislature and the federal government. And in April 2021, the state of Victoria's legislature voted to add a tax on electric vehicles. The rest of the world were trying to make electric vehicles much easier to purchase by subsidizing them and making tax reforms. But the Victorian state government is making it more difficult by doing the exact opposite. In fact, the government of Aotearoa, New Zealand, will pay you $5,000 if you buy an electric vehicle. This Victorian tax on electric vehicles is almost guaranteed to slow the effect of the ongoing electric revolution. Let's dive into a not boring at all, super quick, exciting history. The electric revolution is happening right now and similar to the Industrial Revolution. The electric revolution was sparked by the invention of the induction motor in the 1890s that soon began to be used in the electrification of all industry. The electric car was then built and designed by engineers Henry Morris and Pedro Salem in 1894. The electric revolution has been continued by environmentalist organizations making humans aware of climate change and the dangers of burning fossil fuel. Today, it is more common for clean and renewable energy like solar or wind power to be used to fuel all types of motors and machines. However, the revolution is being unfortunately slowed by the Victorian government's EV tax that is based on how far you have driven in a year. At the end of each year, drivers driving electric vehicles must disclose the odometer reading on the car and pay 2 to 2.5 cents per kilometer driven since the start of the year. The tax has come with opposition from basically everyone. Environmentalist organizations like Greenpeace has said that it's the worst transport policy ever. The Victorian government's defense to these complaints is that the electric vehicle drivers avoid paying fuel tax and need to contribute to the Australian road system. This defense seems semi-reasonable until you look into it deeper. And yes, a few discrepancies have been detected. The first discrepancy is that the fuel tax gets added to a consolidated revenue and has not been directly funding roads for 70 years. And the second discrepancy is the fuel tax is a federal tax, not a state tax. So the Victorian electric vehicle tax is just a grubby way to earn more money. So that really does make us ask the question, why did we elect them?